When I was growing up, I wanted nothing more in the world than to spend my days surfing and skating and my evenings playing some good old-fashioned punk rock down at the cheapest, dirtiest local stage that I could get my beat-to-death etnies onto. I have the distinct privilege of having spent years both on the musician's side of things as well as the stage production and event organization side of music events for over 2,000 performances. The thing is, so many people want to lean into outdated and antiquated means of discovery. While still an endeavor that I would encourage for aspiring musicians, even social media cannot hold a lit match to the potential audience that sits directly in front of you at this very moment: YouTube. It is the second largest site on the internet, and it's owned by the largest. YouTube is the largest video platform and streaming platform in the world. They're beating out Disney, Netflix, and all the other juggernauts for most hours watched. Still not convinced? YouTube also beats out Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and every other social media platform for most used online media sites. Simply put, if you want to get in front of eyes and ears, YouTube provides access to more than any other thing in the world. Getting discovered as a musician utilizes the same approach as any YouTube channel approach. There are a handful of things that you should focus on in order to most efficiently grow your exposure. Different viewers consume content in different ways, and you can take advantage of this by getting in front of these viewers in the way that they are looking. Use shorts to be seen on a more viral level. That means creating short-form videos featuring your music with intriguing and compelling video to capture the viewer's attention. The goal of this should be two things: capture their attention to stop that scroll, and then hook them into wanting more. Also know that getting your music used by other creators in their shorts, it's the single greatest way to go viral in this day and age. The top 3 longest running songs in the history of the Billboard Top 100 all owe their record to the sheer magnitude of views that they received as a result of being shared as the song on billions of short-form videos. Let's talk about the other YouTube options you need to utilize. Long-form content should be a variety of several things. Obviously, you will want to have a feature music video for every song you make. These should be organized into multiple playlists, one for the album, one for all of the songs of a particular style, tone, or mood, and one that can be simply played at length for a long tenure without the need to interact. You should also create a single video that is a montage of every song for each album, and even consider creating a single video that features all of your favorite songs and/or all the songs of a particular mood, tone, or style. Not only does this give you the ability to recycle the same content for multiple videos to meet the demands of a heavy publishing schedule, but again, it allows you to provide your music in different viewing experiences so that the listener can easily experience it in the way that they are accustomed. Don't be afraid of creating multiple videos for each song. And don't be afraid of posting different versions of each song either. Because long-form videos remain the most powerful form of content, you should also consider crafting vlogs and behind-the-scenes videos. In today's ecosphere, one of your biggest competitors will be the mountain of AI-generated music being pumped out daily. And this is a good thing. While no musician could or should match the quantity of content that can be created via AI sites, there are inherent flaws in AI-generated content that will prevent them from ever being able to match what you can do. And a large part of that is the human element. Offering a glimpse into the life behind the music is wildly impactful, and it should not be overlooked. Giving the listener the opportunity to bond over shared experiences, desires, and interests, it adds a layer of engagement that no AI can match. And it is as simple as turning the lens of your phone onto the day-to-day events in your life that inspires your music. Speaking of engagement, nothing comes close to the face-to-face experience that you can provide by offering listeners a live music experience. As a musician, you will want to research and invest in manufacturing the best audio experience possible, the same as you would for a live performance on stage. But doing so in conjunction with a weekly live stream where you sit down in your own house set where you play music for people live is an immensely powerful experience. You don't need high production value or the carefully crafted instrumental layers of a finely tuned, recorded, and mastered audio track. Give the viewer the real and raw music live. Give the opportunity to enjoy your stage production on your terms, on their time, where they can experience the unfiltered live production that they would otherwise be unable to experience were they not able to attend an event because they don't live anywhere near you. The fact that so few musicians take advantage of this is a cardinal sin, and one that only serves to set you apart from your competition. Don't sleep on the value of interacting with this audience between songs in the chat and answering comments on videos and giving those viewers the in-person engagement that makes these resources so valuable to them as a viewer. Also, make posts. I did a whole video discussing the merits of discovery on YouTube using other outlets available, so I won't cover the details here. I'll link it in the description of the video down below and at the end of the video here. But know that when you make a post, it can be shown to viewers who have never seen you before. And you can take advantage of this by simply making 2 to 3 posts of behind the scenes pictures per week. One of the things I talk about in that video is SEO and GEO. This is the terminology used to describe the metadata aspects of online content that allows it to be surfaced in a search engine. As a musician, you can absolutely use SEO and GEO as a means of getting discovered. The key to this is to implement keyword search phrases that people are going to type into search when they are looking for exactly the content that you make. This can be a difficult idea to wrap your head around, and one that many musicians will argue goes against the artistry of their work, and I get it. If I wrote an epic punk rock song about how events like 9/11 changed the landscape of the world, I would want to name that song We Do Not Forget, and not Bad Religion style punk rock song by an old guy punk rock We Do Not Forget. Now, I'm not encouraging you to do that. That's going way overboard. But the concept is sound. What are the search terms that human beings are going to type into search in order to find what you offer? You can still take these terms and implement them into the title, description, captions, chapters, and tags, and all of the places that YouTube is looking in order to help the search engines know who this needs to be shared with. Since we are discussing things that will totally piss off a good musician, let's talk about the actual music. There are 3 things that you should do as a musician to your music which can help get you discovered. Here we go. As I mentioned a moment ago, you should get in front of viewers by putting yourself in front of their searches. And something that they are searching for is the music that they know. You should dedicate at least a small portion of your library to recording cover songs. Alex Melton is an exceptional example of this. An avid Blink-182 fan, Alex had all of his equipment preset to match the Blink-182 sound, and he simply records covers of what other songs would sound like if they had been written by Mark and Tom, and of course that is a recipe for viral success. Who wouldn't want to know what Don't Stop Believin' or Wonderwall would sound like as a late 90s pop punk anthem? He turned that exposure into a full-time career recording his own music at the cost of simply covering the occasional out-of-vein song. You should also focus on making shareable songs. Earlier, I talked about the value of getting your music used by other creators in their short-form content. You can accomplish this by creating some songs that people can share. Make some songs that stand as the anthem for a moment. Craft the occasional song that features a catchy chorus which speaks to a moment or a thing. Maybe make fun of trendy TikTok dances, or write something that can stand as the soundtrack piece to a Fail Army or Darwin Award clip. Go through the Shorts feed and see what videos speak to you, and let this spark some inspiration for the songs that these videos truly deserve. Finally, make songs for the listener and not for yourself. If you really want to get your music discovered, this is the single most important thing that you can do, and probably the single hardest pill to swallow. You need to make music that comes from the heart. I'm not knocking that. And you absolutely do not want to lose the inspiration and artistry that drives you. But if you want an audience, you must create for that audience. As musicians, we have always had to make compromises to our craft for the sake of taking that next step. And while you may not want to pivot your limited bandwidth towards the production of weekly content on YouTube, I would challenge you to consider this from a different perspective. Never before in the history of music have you been more able to get your music in front of a career-generating audience, and it comes at nowhere near the cost that it did only a few short years ago. Yes, you still have to compromise some artistic integrity for the sake of discovery. But this is a new age in the music industry, and the barrier for entry is simply having the same work ethic that goes into any YouTube channel. Push yourself into a consistent publishing schedule. Have some fun with a few covers, and give your audience some songs specific to them in order to air out the real music that you are passionate about. I would argue that it has never been easier to succeed. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate having you here with me, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.